Yes. People, what's going on? Seagull Talks Football. We're back again with another video. This is the easiest tie in Champions League history for Arsenal. 9-3 on aggregate. We made PSV look like a pub team the way that we played them over two legs. And you know what? Give all the credit to the Arsenal boys for getting the job done in the first leg. Give all the credit for getting the 7-1 away win and just ending the tie, not making the tie irrelevant at that point. We beat today was a 2-2 draw, professional performance, seen it out, job done, on to the final 8. And now we find out who we play. Do we play Atletico Madrid or do we play Real Madrid? The game is still going on as we speak, so we will find out who we will play, and we'll discuss that at a later time. But to talk about today's game, to talk about today's performance, to talk about what happened in today's game, ladies and gentlemen, is there much to be spoken about? Is there much to be even spoken about? Let's be honest. It was an easy game for Arsenal. PSV, in the opening minutes, we scored a goal. 6 minutes in, Zinchenko scoring a wonderful goal. Zinchenko playing in the midfield today. Very, very different lineup, by the way. Very different lineup. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys the lineup, by the way, before we go any further. This was the Arsenal lineup. You had Raya, Ben White, Kivior, Gabriel, Mazu Skelly, Declan Rice, Jorginho, Zinchenko, Raheem Sterling, Mika Moreno, and Kieran Tierney as the left winger. Kieran Tierney at left wing. That's what it's come to now. That's what it's come to. Boys and girls, today's performance was nothing to be remembered. It was just one of those games where you just need to put away a team. And fair play to the PSV fans who stayed there until the final minutes of the game, in a game which was a dead rubber. They cheered on their team. They celebrated those goals like they were in everything. And to talk about performances, we're going to get on to Zinchenko. We're going to get on to Raheem Sterling, who had 2 assists. We're going to talk about Declan Rice. Outside of those guys, I thought Miles Lewis-Kelly put in a really good shift today once again. I thought I didn't really have too much to say about Jorginho and Mika Moreno. Not too much good things to say about them. The defense today was very shaky, very wide open, and Kivior did not really leave himself with good light. But fair enough. We're up so big, like we were just up so big. It was the tie was really over a long time ago. You can't really say much, but hey, let's get straight into it. So first, Zinchenko. Zinchenko always believed in people singing Zinchenko's song. Fair play to Zinchenko for not actually celebrating his goal, but he took a really nice goal from just outside the box, driving forward, taking the goal with his left foot and striking it from distance to get it in. Good goal from Zinchenko. Then and he didn't even celebrate. In the stadium, of course, both Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka were in the stadium watching Arsenal team along. Also, who would you rather see Arsenal face, Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid? At this point, we still don't know who we're going to end up playing. At this point, we still don't know who's going to make it through. At this point, there's still currently even 2-2 aggregate going into the 98th minute of the tie in extra time. So I personally would rather play Atletico Madrid. I don't know about you guys. I would rather play Atletico Madrid any day of the week over Real Madrid. That's just the reality situation. Raheem Sterling, he had himself a lovely day. Raheem Sterling had himself a lovely day today. He had 2 assists. He could have scored a goal. He created the most chances in the game. He was the most fouled player and arguably one of the man of the matches for today's game. You got to give it up to him. This was probably one of Raheem Sterling's best performances in an Arsenal shirt. I'll give him credit. He played well, and you don't tend to say that about Raheem Sterling. You don't tend to say Raheem Sterling is not doing well, but fair play to Raheem Sterling. He scored his goal. He took his goal well, and he won and he helped us win the game. He helped us contribute massively. He contributed massively to today's performance. So shout out to Raheem Sterling. Yeah, overall performance today was nice to see. He was running around players, leaving people for dead. He had opportunities. He had two opportunities to score. Also, he couldn't capitalize, but it is what it is. Overall, halftime we were leading. If I'm not mistaken, we were leading at halftime. If I'm not mistaken, 2-1, but second half we conceded one goal and we didn't really put in another we didn't put too much more work in. Declan Rice got a lot of criticism for celebrating versus Manchester United, including myself, but hey, he scored again, and he did it, and he did the thing where he's not going to celebrate as a joke. Fair play. Declan Rice got banter, and you know what, he's contributed with a lot of goals and assists this season, so fair play for somebody who's considered more of a defensive midfielder, contributing all those goals and assists this season in the league. Fair play to him. But yeah, overall performance, these two guys stepped up big time today. And we got to talk about none other than Maz Lewis Kelly. Maz Lewis Kelly was absolutely outstanding. I thought Lewis Kelly was a baller. I thought Lewis Kelly once again showed his quality. I thought Lewis Kelly once again showed what he's made of and deserves every single shout, in my opinion, for to play for the England team and the England setup. Miles Lewis Kelly is a baller, and I won't be surprised if he's not in the England. I would be surprised if he's not in the England team very, very soon. Now, Zinchenko says I was a midfielder, especially for Ukraine, but different demands. I told Martin and Declan Rice they're unbelievable, and I realized how much they run every 3 days. But these are demands in his level. So Zinchenko speaking about the fact that he played in midfield today, fair play. I don't know how much game time he's going to get in midfield, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that, and if he gets more game time in midfield going forward. Today was one of those days where he did get a lot of game time in midfield, and in a game where we played a front three of Raheem Sterling, Mikel Moreno, and Kieran Tierney, we really did not have to worry about scoring goals or conceding goals at all. Now, quickly, just to get away from the game for a second, that we also have to talk about this. Andre Burton wants to sign Bruno Guimaraes as well as Martin Zubimendi as his first decision as Arsenal sporting director. Newcastle have an agreement to let Bruno Guimaraes leave for around 60 million if they do not qualify for Champions League this season. So let's hope Newcastle do not qualify for the Champions League, and let's hope we can go and get Bruno G. Ladies and gentlemen, I will take Bruno G at Arsenal in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. And I think this is the kind of signing, getting those two midfield players, bringing them into the squad. That right there is transformative. That right there is game-changing. That right there is unbelievable. And if we can do that, ladies and gentlemen, we are cooking. We are cooking. If we can bring in both Zubi and if we can bring in both Zubimendi and Bruno G, boy, we are cooking, ladies and gentlemen, and I will be ecstatic. I will be ecstatic if that can actually happen. If we can actually do that, boy, that is going to be something else. Andre Burton might be cooking something good for us, because Andre Burton might be cooking something good for us. Because if this is the kind of stuff that he's looking to do when he first comes in as sporting director, Zubimendi is already quality. To bring in Bruno G on top of that, boy, forget about Arteta out and in. You guys are all gonna start believing if we pull that out. If we pull that off, you guys are all gonna start believing and stop all the bullshit. If I'm not mistaken, I'm just saying. Andre Burton guy seems like he means business already. Andre Burton seems like he already means business, ladies and gentlemen. This is what he's trying to do. He's trying to plot a huge shakeup for the shakeup plan for Arsenal, and this is the kind of deal that's a little bit transformative. You know what I mean? It's very transformative. But overall, Arsenal's performances this season in the Champions League have been impressive, and there's also rumors about Trossard could be headed to Saudi Arabia. We're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening with Trossard, if he does end up at Saudi Arabia or if he does agree to a new contract with Arsenal. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. What else is there? Arteta spoke about Zinchenko potentially playing in midfield, and then he played him in midfield today. We already spoke about the Saliba video, Saliba press conference, where he spoke about Liverpool just being better than us and we don't deserve to be top this season. He spoke about Sergio Ramos being his favorite defender of all time. He spoke about the fact that he needs to improve and concentrate and potentially become one of the best in the world, and that's what he wants to be. He also spoke about wanting to win things at Arsenal, and he doesn't want to leave the club without winning things, so the fans don't forget about him. And of course, I want to win big things here. So he's emphasized that he wants to win the major trophies. Spoke about wanting to be the best defender. Spoke about uh, I'm lucky because even with Ben White's injury and Timber coming back from big injury, he played like he never had an injury, and he has been so good. And we're so lucky to have good defenders. Ben, Urian, it is the same. Shout out to Saliba giving Urian Timber a shout out right there. And of course, him talking about his goal celebration, being a big fan, and just being one of those guys who likes to celebrate with the fans. Shout out William Saliba, man. Shout out to William Saliba. Shout out to the boys. I'm happy that we have these guys at our team. None of this Arteta out in stuff at my on my videos, bro. Right now, I'm talking straight facts about what's going on at Arsenal. But before we go any further, let's finish off. Is there even a point of doing player ratings today? Raya conceded 2 goals, fair play, 6 out of 10. I don't even think we can give ratings for today's performances. Fair play. Ben White did well, give him a 6. Kivior, poor performance, give him a 5. Gabriel, 6. Mazzucchelli, 6. Zinchenko got a goal, I'll give him a 7. Jorginho was at fault for the first goal, I'll give him a 5. Declan Rice scored a goal, I'll give him a 7, 7.5. Actually, I'll give both Rice and Zinchenko 8s. I'll give Sterling 8.5. He had a solid performance. Mikel Moreno didn't really do much, 6. Kieran Tierney didn't really do much. I'll give him a 6. And then the people who came off the bench did not really play enough. Martinelli, Odegaard, and Timber, but Trossard and Calafiori both get solid 6s. Overall, this is a game that we're going to forget about. And I just wanted to do a quick video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love for the love. Big up Ben, Alistair Ben in the building. Hope you're doing well. Would you take Di Mario at left back, Miles Lewis Kelly at 8, sell Odegaard and get a creative player, then Sesko, Morgan Rogers, Nepal, Zubimendi, and the goalkeeper? I'm open to selling Martin Odegaard. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm open to selling Martin Odegaard, but at the same time, we need to see what we can bring in before we start talking about selling players. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love for the love, people. Peace.